Welcome back, listeners. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Today, we're going to be looking at something a little different. It's a fictional story, but it tackles some really, really real, anxieties, I think.
Yeah.
So the story follows this character, Alex Martin.
Okay.
And their life gets turned upside down when they start getting these really creepy letters from a stalker.
Oh, wow.
And what makes it even worse is that this stalker, they know Alex's deepest, darkest secrets. The things,
Right. Those things you just hope.
Yeah, exactly. The things you hope nobody ever finds out.
Yeah.
And the very first letter is just bone-chilling.
Well, what does it say?
It's so simple, but so effective.
Yeah.
Just a plain white envelope, no return address or anything. And inside it just says, I know what you did in Clearwater.
Ugh. That sends chills down your spine just hearing that.
Right. It's like immediately you're just in the state of like, what if someone knew my secrets?
Exactly. And that's what makes the story so, so powerful.
And I don't know if this was intentional or not, but like right off the bat, there's this detail that adds this extra layer of creepiness.
Oh, what's that?
The first letter, it doesn't even have a stamp.
No stamp.
Nope, which like, it makes you think the stalker is close.
Oh, yeah.
Like really close, maybe even watching Alex.
Wow. That's unsettling.
Yeah, it's not some, far off thread. It feels so personal and immediate.
It really is like someone's right there, like breathing down your neck.
And the letters, they just keep getting worse,
Like how so?
They get like more and more intense. Like the stalker starts hinting at actually like exposing Alex's secret.
Oh, man.
The truth about what happened in Clearwater, whatever that is.
Right.
And it's like this weight hanging over you, that constant fear of being found out.
I can only imagine. And we never actually learn what happened in Clearwater, do we?
No, we don't. And I think that actually makes it scarier.
You're right. It's like our imaginations can run wild with it.
Exactly. We fill in those blanks with our own fears, It's like, what secret from your past would be the most devastating if it got out?
Oh, that's a good question.
It really makes you think.
Yeah, it definitely gets under your skin.
And so on top of these letters, there's this incident where Alex finds something.
What is it?
It was this little charm, like from a bracelet they used to wear years ago.
Huh.
And they find it at this abandoned spot that was mentioned in one of the letters.
So the stalker planted it there.
Seems like it. It's like they're toying with Alex, leaving these little reminders that they are always watching.
That's messed up. It's psychological torture, really.
Yeah. It's like something out of a nightmare. You never know what's going to happen next.
And you're always looking over your shoulder, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But, and this is the thing, it's not just about scaring Alex. The stalker actually says their goal is revenge.
Revenge for what happened in Clearwater.
Exactly. And since we don't know the whole story,
right,
it's hard to say if that revenge is justified or not,
That's a good point. It really makes you, like, wrestle with questions of guilt, responsibility, all that.
And then, just when you think Alex might be getting close to figuring out who the stalker is, there's this other twist.
Another one.
Yeah. A photo of Alex shows up.
A photo. Like a recent photo.
Yeah. And it has a note on it that just says, I'm closer than you think.
Oh, wow. That's a game changer.
It really is. It just shatters any sense of security Alex might have had. It makes it clear they are being hunted.
Like they can't escape it.
And it makes you question everyone,
Yeah, like who can you trust?
The stalker could be anyone.
A neighbor, a coworker, somebody they see every day even.
Exactly. It's just terrifying.
Absolutely. Really gets under your skin.
So we've got these threatening letters, these creepy little clues being left around.
Right.
And then Alex starts to suspect someone they know, an old friend named Casey, might be the stalker.
Oh, wow. So it's getting even more personal?
Right. They go to Casey's old place to check it out. And they find out Casey's disappeared, like vanished.
No way.
Yeah. A neighbor mentions something about a storage unit. So Alex goes there and they find a notebook inside.
What's in the notebook?
Page after page, it's just Alex's name scribbled over and over.
Oh, man, that's just creepy.
Right. It's like it just confirms that someone is obsessed with Alex.
And it could be Casey, but, I mean, we don't know for sure.
Exactly. We're left with more questions than answers.
Yeah. Like, is Casey really the stalker? What's the deal with the notebook? And what happens if Alex actually comes face to face with the person who's been terrorizing them?
It's like the tension just keeps building and building.
It really does.
And then things escalate even further when Alex gets another letter.
What does it say?
This one demands a meeting.
A meeting with the stalker.
Yeah. At an abandoned warehouse.
Oh, man. That just sounds like a horror movie waiting to happen. It's like the perfect setting for a confrontation.
You can just feel the tension, you know? Alex going into this dark, empty space, not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah. So does Alex go to the warehouse?
They do, and they finally come face to face with their tormentor.
And who is it?
Well, that's the thing. The story doesn't tell us exactly who it is.
Seriously.
Yeah. It just says it's someone from Alex's past. Someone they know.
Oh, wow. That's almost more unsettling than actually knowing.
Right. It's like the stalker could be anyone.
And it makes you think about your own life, you know? Like,
Yeah.
who from my past could hold this kind of grudge?
It's a chilling thought, and we're left hanging, wanting to know more, but the story cuts away before we get any answers.
Oh, man. That's brutal. I guess we'll have to wait for part 2 to find out what happens next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so picking up where we left off.
Yeah.
Alex is, like, face to face with this stalker, right, in this creepy warehouse.
Right.
But we still don't know who it is.
It's just that it's someone from their past.
Exactly. It's almost scarier not knowing, you know?
I think so, yeah. It's like you can't put a face to the threat.
Right. Like, it could be anyone.
And that makes it so much harder to, like, process, you know? It really gets to you.
And then we get to hear the stalker's side of the story.
Yeah, what do they say?
Well, they start making all these accusations against Alex, like saying that Alex ruined their life,
Oh, wow.
that they, like, shattered their dreams and all this stuff.
That's intense.
Yeah.
But we still don't get the full picture, right? Like, what actually happened in Clearwater?
No, we don't. It's still so vague.
Yeah, the author's really good at keeping us in the dark.
But it makes you wonder, you know, like, is the stalker telling the truth? Is Alex really responsible for all this pain?
Right. It makes you question everything.
Like, we're only getting Alex's side of the story, and we know they have this big secret.
So how do we know if we can trust them?
Exactly. It's like, is this whole stalker thing just like karma coming back to bite Alex?
It's really messing with our heads, isn't it?
Totally. And then the stalker does something even crazier.
What's that?
They give Alex an ultimatum.
Oh, no.
They say, confess everything to the world.
Like publicly?
Yeah, like, tell everyone what happened in Clearwater.
Wow. And what if Alex doesn't?
The stalker threatens to, to make Alex pay. It's implied they might hurt them.
Oh, man. That's heavy. So what does Alex do? Do they confess?
The story doesn't say right away.
Really?
It, like, jumps ahead a few days.
Oh, okay.
And we see Alex back in their apartment, and they're just a mess, you know?
Emotionally drained?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haunted by everything that happened, and still not knowing what to do.
I bet. That whole situation would just, like, eat away at you.
I can only imagine. But the thing is, even though the confrontation is over, the threat is still very real, you know?
Because the stalker's still out there.
Exactly. Alex knows they're being watched, and that just adds to the anxiety.
It's like living in a constant state of fear.
Right, like every phone call, every knock on the door, it could be the stalker.
That's terrifying.
And on top of that, we still don't know who the stalker is.
So it could be anyone.
Exactly. It's like Alex can't trust anyone, and that just makes everything worse.
I can see how that would just, like, break someone down.
And that brings us to this really chilling detail the author adds.
Okay.
It's how the stalker's voice is described during that confrontation.
Oh, yeah, how is it?
It's not what you'd expect, you know? It's not like they're shouting or raging.
So how do they sound?
Really calm, actually. Almost rational. And sometimes even a little bit friendly.
Wow. That's even creepier than if they were yelling, I think.
I know, right? He's like, they're like enjoying Alex's fear.
Yeah, it's just so disturbing.
And it makes the stalker seem even more dangerous.
Like they're in control.
Totally. They know what they're doing and they're playing with Alex, you know?
And it's like Alex can't do anything to stop them.
It's a pretty helpless feeling, I bet. And this is where things get really complicated.
Uh-oh.
The story, like, it kind of makes us question whether Alex is totally innocent in all this.
What do you mean?
Well, we know they made some choices in the past, choices that led to this whole situation.
Yeah, we still don't know exactly what happened in Clearwater.
But it's implied that Alex did something wrong, something that hurt the stalker deeply.
So maybe the stalker's anger is justified.
That's the thing, we don't know for sure.
It really makes you think about the whole idea of victim and perpetrator, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like, is it possible for someone to be both?
That's a tough question. But I think the story does a good job of showing how those lines can get blurry.
And then we get to the final part of this section.
Okay.
Alex gets another letter from the stalker.
Oh, what does it say?
Just 4 words, but they're chillin'.
What are they?
I'm always watching.
Ugh. That's just, that sends chills down your spine just hearing that.
Oh no, right?
It's like no matter what Alex does, they can't escape the stalker.
And it really emphasizes the psychological torture Alex is going through.
Even though the confrontation is over, the fear is still there.
Exactly. And that's where we leave off for this part.
I can't wait to see what happens next. This story is so intense.
Yeah, it really gets under your skin. So that last letter with the "I'm always watching" message.
Yeah.
It really sticks with you, doesn't it? You'd think after that confrontation things might,
Get resolved one way or another.
Yeah, exactly. But it just makes things even more unsettling.
Right, because the threat is still there, hanging over Alex.
And the stalker's out there somewhere, just watching.
And Alex knows it. That's got to mess with your head.
It's like, how do you ever feel safe again after something like that?
You're constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering if they're there in the shadows.
And the fact that we never learn who the stalker actually is.
Oh, yeah, that just adds to the whole, paranoia.
Because it could be anyone, right?
Anyone at all. A neighbor, a coworker, somebody you pass on the street.
It's almost like the story's saying that, danger can come from anywhere.
And it makes you think about your own life and who you trust.
It's a pretty scary thought. But, aside from all that, there's also this
sense that Alex, that they're kind of trapped by their own past,
Because what happened in Clearwater.
Exactly. Whatever it was, it's this big secret that they've been carrying around.
And it's clearly eating away at them.
So it's like, on one hand, there's the stalker, this external threat.
Right.
But then there's also this internal struggle that Alex is going through.
They're battling their own demons.
And that's like a whole other layer of tension in the story, I think.
I agree. It's like they're fighting on two fronts.
Against the stalker and against themselves.
And that's a really tough spot to be in.
So as we get to the end of the story, it kind of makes you wonder, what's the takeaway here,
It's a message.
Is it better to confess your secrets and risk the consequences,
or to keep them hidden and hope they never come out?
It's a tough question. And honestly, I don't think there's an easy answer.
I don't either. Every situation is different.
But I do think the story highlights how powerful secrets can be. Absolutely. They can control us, consume us.
And sometimes even destroy us.
Like in this story, we see how secrets have driven both Alex and the stalker to this, to this really dark place.
It's like a cautionary tale, almost.
Yeah, it definitely makes you think about the secrets in your own life and how you handle them.
Well, that's been our deep dive into this chilling tale of stalking, secrets, and,
and the dark side of human nature.
Exactly. Always remember, folks, sometimes the things we try to hide have a way of coming back to haunt us.
And be careful who you trust.
Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, the truth is always out there, waiting to be discovered.
See you next time.